Well, it's the Pay Attention Podcast, and we back and we better. And we got a special guest. Well, first of all, I want to introduce y'all to my co-host. He done a lot of behind the scenes work for us, but now I'm bringing him in as officially as my co-host. So I want a round of applause to this dude over here to the right.
I wasn't gonna get no name. I'm just nameless though. Nameless. Cool.
Nah, but we got today's our pay attention. Our pay attention moment, and we got a special guest, a very 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 close friend of mine, my best friends. We got Mello. Hey, we got Mello here. Man.
We got Mello. What's good, y'all? And appreciate y'all for having me as well.
No, I didn't want you here, man. I didn't want you here, bro.
You don't want me here.
I didn't want you here at all.
But yeah, my name is Mello. I'm a photographer, videographer, and I capture moments at the end of the day. Anything, whether it's an event, a birthday party, just capturing that next part of your life, that's what I do. And I now have a production company, just take on bigger projects. I've been doing photography for the past 4 years. It's been great. It's been a great journey, but these past 4 years, it's just been myself. So the next step is just making it all together to a production company, and so we can just take on bigger projects and keep it pushing.
Well, salute to you, my brother. Salute to you, my man. Salute to you, man. So let me, it's the pay attention moment. So I want to talk to the viewer, talk to everybody, and share your journey, right? First of all, I gotta start off with the big old boom, the boom, big bang, bye. Mello, tell everybody what's going on this year, end of the year for you.
A lot of stuff's going on, but I think the highlight you're going with.
Exactly what it was.
I'm trying to get like you, my boy.
Yeah, I do have a wedding coming up in October. That's a big highlight, a milestone in my life, the next chapter of my life, and yeah, it's all up from there.
What you feeling right now?
What do you mean? What am I feeling?
What you feeling right now? Like how you feel?
I'm feeling good, dog. I'm feeling good.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. It hasn't always been easy. It's been rocky at points, but overall, yeah.
What was the biggest thing that was rocky? What was the biggest rock in y'all?
I'll say the first couple of years we were together, it was all long distance and just miscommunication, not be able to see each other on a regular basis. At some points, you're like, it may not work out. But, we came back and we're now in the same city and it's working out.
God brought you that angel, boy.
Yeah.
What's okay. You probably won't watch this, right? So it's okay. What do you love about her? Absolutely love about her.
She allows me to be myself at the end of the day. I'm not changing who I am. I'm not changing how I talk. I'm just being myself. She allows that, and she sees opportunity where I can grow. I see her weaknesses. I'm able to build her up with my strengths, and she sees my weaknesses. She's able to build me up. So,
give me an example of that. Give me an example of your weakness and how she builds you up.
That I could have is just being more assertive, being more aggressive when it comes to whatever in life, like business or whatever the case may be. If she sees that I'm slacking and being aggressive, she'll come in and say, just go full force and just be aggressive or whatever the case may be.
Now I got a question too, because you are about to get married. So my question is, when did you know that she was the one? What was there a specific moment where you were like, oh yeah, she's the one for me, this is it?
It may sound crazy, but the first moment that I met her type stuff. But like I said, the first.
Make my soul jump, boy.
Hey, it's crazy. Like I said, when you're dating, when I date to see, okay, where could this lead type stuff. So. It was one of those moments I feel like it could lead up to that.
Yeah, boy. Hey, all my friends are either engaged or married, man. I'm the last one left. Just terrible, bro. Just terrible.
Yeah. That time coming soon?
Shit. After I just broke with hey man. I'm a lost cause. Nah, but so being from your journey, like you here, but really, let's talk about with everything you've been through. So tell me like family. Let's get to the deep parts of it.
Okay,
Go
we're getting
high
deep.
school.
When I was born in New York, spent the first couple of years of my life in New York.
I didn't
Then
know that. Didn't know dude about 25 years.
I mean, I tell everybody from Dallas just because I've been here majority of my life. I moved out here like after, I believe when I was 2. Stayed in Arlington, the Great Prairie area. Then when I was in 3rd grade, my parents got divorced and my mom moved over to the north side of Dallas. So we spent most of our time like Plano, Wiley. That's where we met in Wiley. But yeah, have great parents at the end of the day, even though they were together. Have great parents, are great role models, and built me to who I am today. My dad, he is a director of music at his church. He's the best piano player that you ever meet in your life. So for the
we gotta get him on the show.
We gotta
get him on the show.
He's a director of music, like I said, at his church. So he's a leader. He leads a group of people so they can perform their songs and their events for their church. And my mom, on the other hand, she's done multiple stuff throughout her life. She's done marketing. She's done sales, but now her main gig is real estate. So, they both taught me a lot of stuff. They both made me the man who I am today. My dad, his side of things, just the fine arts and being creative. My dad taught me a lot. And my mom, just being an entrepreneur type stuff. So they both taught me a lot of who I am today.
You got something to say?
No, go ahead.
I ain't want to cut you off.
Oh, no, you good.
I ain't never seen somebody have to do that for you.
New style, huh?
I'm just leaving it at that. But okay, how many siblings you have?
So I have 2 brothers. I am the middle child.
That's why we menaces.
Middle child, so yeah.
How's it having a younger sibling?
I mean, it's cool. It's cool. Like,
They get on your nerves, don't they?
it's different now. Now he's like in college. He's somewhat of an adult, so we just get along. But like growing up, it was a lot of bumping heads, and it was a big age gap too. So it was difficult. But now we're adults now. So
Oh, yeah, everything cool?
yeah, we just get along.
I got a question for both of y'all, because I want to know both of y'all's perspective. It may be the same or it may be different. But how did y'all meet, and what made y'all friends? So, like, how y'all get here?
Oh, man. Mello, you want to take the reins of that one?
Yeah. So when I first moved to Wiley, before I moved to Wiley High School, like I was still in middle school going to Plano School District. Jacoby and our other homeboy Blake, they're the first people that I met when I first got to Wiley. And then we used to go to this basketball court.
The elementary
Yeah,
school,
the elementary
bro.
school.
We out there for hours.
Every day of the summer till the street lights went on.
Bro.
So like, and then going to the high school, like I already knew who they were. We just kept that relationship and just kept building who we were.
Yeah, we were really inseparable, bro. Like, high school, bro. Like, especially junior, senior years, bro. Like, bro, every day, bro. Going to lunch, all that, bro.
All that.
Yeah,
so we know each other since what, 2008.
Woo.
2000.
Going on some years, man. I ain't good at
Oh,
mathematics. I ain't good at mathematics, man.
All right, so then, Kobe, you ended up going to New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And were you still here in Dallas whenever y'all had graduated high school?
I went off to SFA, which is in Nacogdoches.
So how did y'all's relationship work whenever y'all had moved far apart? Like, did y'all stay in contact, or were y'all more separate? Like, what was the friendship dynamic looking like then?
Boy, I had some good questions, boy. hey, see, baby? This is our co-host right here, Hunter Racing, baby. Hunter Racing, you know what I'm saying? I got this one, I guess. Shoot. That's a good question, man. I feel like we was close at the beginning going out to college, but then we kind of drifted a little bit far apart. It was mainly me because I was going through so much, and but like we checked on each other, occasionally, sporadically. I don't know what sporadically means, but I like that word. Sounds good, don't it? But we checked on each other and everything like that. Like when I came back home, stuff like that. me, him, Blake all used to, we try to get together and everything like that. I was going through a lot in college, and I was so far, so our relationship wasn't the closest during college. I think me and Mello probably can agree to that. Mm-hmm. It probably got when we got I think to juniors and seniors and stuff, it got I think way more closer, especially after college, because me and Mello had really good heart to hearts on far as like he didn't know what I was going through. He didn't know what I was going through. I didn't know what he was going through. We wasn't as close as we was in college. And the one thing I tell people, like, Mello really understood. Like, he didn't judge. Like, everything I've been through, he was just like, bruh. Right? First of all, he was like, he got on me. Like, why you tell me? But then he was just like, bro, I understand. Like, it like never favored, You know how, like, friendships go left, go right, get off the highway a little bit, stop me, put the air in the tire. Nah, like, we might drift, we might drift across the lane a little bit, but our friendship has always stayed on that highway. It hasn't been no never falling off. Me and Mello, we never really have no big time, no arguments, no fights, something like that. Done a lot of stupid things, but but you know what I'm saying. He's really a genuine human being, a great friend. About to be a great husband and ultimately a great father.
One day, not anytime soon. We'll see.
Nah, but to answer your question, man, that's pretty much how it went. I think. I mean, that's my point of view. Mello can talk and see his one.
So, what's your point of view on when y'all separated y'all's friendship?
For me, it's just like it was that next point of our lives. Like he's at one college, he has his own group of friends at that college. Mm-hmm. I'm at another college. I have my own group of friends. Blake's doing his own thing, but when we come together, it's like we never been apart type stuff. So it's just one of those like. It's the distance, but y'all know at the end of the day,
it's what's that saying, Mello? What's understood doesn't need to be said, or something. What's it called? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't even want to misquote.
I don't want to misquote it. I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm talking? It's like what's understood doesn't have to be. I don't know. We just never. Hey man,
this all back there. Like, what are you talking about?
It's a pay attention podcast, man. We talk about any and everything, man. We just having a pay attention moment with Mello. Mello, one of my great friends, and he does a lot of things.
I got a question for you, Mello. Another question.
Most definitely.
So,
boy, full of questions, son. Boy, get a host and get one just take off.
Nah, but so you have your own business,
right?
What was it like starting your business for you? Like the difficulties, challenges that you may have faced and everything like that?
That's a great question. So let me piggyback to college and post-college. So college, my major was kinesiology. I was going into, after college, my plan was to go to grad school into physical therapy. I wanted to be a physical therapist. But you have to spend a lot of years in school. It could get costly, and it's real competitive to get into that space. So right after I graduated in 2017, I had like a year break or a year or two break just to figure out, is this really what I want to do? And do I really want to spend 3 more years in school, adding on student debt, all that stuff? And then I remember just sitting in my room like, I've always wanted to get into photography, but I just never had the money to get all the equipment and stuff. So I was pretty much saying like, this is a great time for me to step out and just try it, just pick it up as a hobby. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tried. I got a low budget camera. My first camera was a Panasonic G7. It was like $800 for the camera and lens, and then I just took off from there. Mm-hmm. Made Shop by Mello on YouTube. Family started seeing what I was doing. Friends started seeing what I was doing, and then it just picked up off of there. So I'm doing this without like education, without a college degree. Like I have a college degree, but it's nowhere near photography and stuff.
True, yeah.
So like the biggest challenge is just teaching myself everything from point A to point Z. Like no, I didn't take any classes. Had a little bit of mentorship here and there, but a lot of it is just YouTube University. Mm-hmm. So biggest challenge is just figuring out everything, like all the bumps and stuff I've been through is just figuring out, like learning all the bumps and just figuring out on the way.
Do you think that's helped you in the long run though? Because now it's like you know everything about your business for the most part, because you had to go through all the trials, the tribulations, figuring out how to do everything from the ground up. Do you think it made you better eventually?
Most definitely. I wouldn't have it any other way. Starting their own business and stepping out on there. Everybody has their own story and their own journey. That's just my story and my journey.
Were you shy when it came to putting yourself out there with your own business?
No, because my whole mindset was you have to start somewhere. Even going to, we all are athletes. We all work out. Even go to the gym for the first time. You probably only do like 45s on each side. You look over, you see somebody with 345s. Like, well, are you? You know
how we get there. You know how we get there.
You don't know what it looked like to look at everybody else this big. And hey, we was looking at you.
Right.
We was looking at you doing all the way.
Right. So one of those things you got to look at other people and just say, oh, they got it, or you got to step in and one day get to that point. So that was my whole mindset with that.
Okay. Did you run into any issues with being a black business owner to start off? Like, did people accept you and your professionalism with your craft, or was it more of a difficult, rough start for you to get into?
I feel like my experience with just my past jobs and working corporate America and knowing how to be professional, knowing how to present myself, it hasn't been that bad. But yes, you got to get like racist people, and you got to get people that don't want to support you, and that just comes with it. But overall, it hasn't been extremely bad. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So when I was like, this is a story I tell people all the time. I think I shared this with Mello probably so many times, and I even wrote this in when Mello brought my book and I signed it for him and everything. I said, bro, Mello has been probably one of my biggest inspirations because like he's my best friend, right? And so to see him grow, but to see him be in corporate, do this, do that, and then really, I look at it as take the biggest risk of his life and get into photography.
Big risk.
And
Full
then
time.
me and him had that conversation. He's like, yeah, bro, I think I'm about to quit my job, bro. And full-time for the time. I was like, what? And then he really explained to me. He said, bro, I'm just looking for faith. And shoot, as a friend, I supported him. I got his original hoodies, the original logo. He's like, I did everything I did do to support him, as you should. But he, like, to him, he knows that, like, as far as inspiration, motivation comes to, Mello has been one of my cornerstones in my personal life, just because I done seen him struggle, seen him be great, and now I seen him just be going nuts now, like going crazy now. Like it's so crazy. Like I'd be excited for him when he be shooting these different outfits like more than he even know. And so
appreciate that.
It's real like beautiful, man. It's crazy, man. Like
Nah, definitely appreciate it for sure. And then, yeah, just stepping out on faith and leaving a good job. Like I had a real good position for my age. Mm-hmm. Like it's making more money than a lot of people my age, especially a lot of black people my age. I was doing it, and just say that that's not for me right now, and I like something else is for my purpose. Just step out on that. It took a lot of long nights just thinking about making sure this is the right step, but overall you have to do what's best for you. So
when you were taking that step, did you have everything planned out in your head of, okay, when I stop working here, I'm gonna do this, and this in order to grow the business and get to where I want to be? Or was it more of just like a risk that you were like, I'll figure it out as we go?
I definitely had a game plan, but game plans don't always go according to plan.
So
I definitely had a game plan, and when I quit, the following week, I had to change my whole game plan. I was like, no, that's not gonna work. So every day is just a growing process. But yeah.
Once you took the step out, did you ever think, man, I may have made the wrong decision? Or since you made the decision, you knew and you were going to make it work regardless of what you had to do?
Right, yeah. Once I stepped out and said, this is what I'm going to do, like I stuck to that. And till this day, I'm still sticking to that.
Yeah.
So
that's really good.
Whether it's good weeks or bad weeks, there's weeks where, you know, like the ice storm in 2020, I could have shoot that whole week, didn't make any money. But there's also other weeks where, you know, I barely get to sit down because I'm always shooting it all the time. So there's good times, there's bad times, but just gotta keep it pushing.
Yeah,
You gotta keep going, baby. You gotta keep going. You gotta save those turtles, my boy.
You and these turtles.
That's his favorite saying. But also, like, so ever since that you started, has the love always been the same, or has it grown? Have you lost the love for it? Like,
Oh man, I get love, I get hate. It's a combination of everything. Like somebody told me, if you don't have haters, you're not doing anything. So
Who told you that? That's
I
wild.
hear-
Wild.
I heard the same thing.
I heard it
Me too, me too.
somewhere.
Hey, through the grapevine.
Right. Yeah, but for the most part, you know, it's all love, and you know, the bigger my brand gets, the bigger my name gets, the more love comes in. But it's also haters at the same time. But you know, one thing that I do, I just stay in my lane. I think that takes me a lot farther than other people, because a lot of other people may hear background noise. They may see other cars on the road. They may look to the left. They may look to the right. Some other cars be getting.
You gotta stay focused on that road. Bro. You can't worry about the Lamborghini passing you up.
Right. Some people passing me.
You can't worry about the old Camino in the back. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Or the little, you know, Escalade on the side.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, with 26-inch rims. Like, you can't worry about the other car that got the, you know, the flat tire. You just gotta focus on him and his Tesla. You know what I'm saying?
That's all I do is just stay in my lane. This guy's a fool.
Yeah. So if you had some advice, what advice would you give others out there that are thinking about chasing their dream but may have doubt or don't know, is this the right time or anything like that? Like, what would be your advice to them?
So the main advice I have is there's never a right time. I mean, there is a right time, but there's not a right time. You just have to find it in yourself to say, this is what I want to do. One thing that I did, I felt more comfortable just do it full time, is I saved up a good 6 months of rent before I even stepped out. Like, so I knew I had that cushion for rainy days or whatever the case may be. If I didn't have 6 months of rent, I was gonna save up before I took that step. So that's one thing, advice I would give people. And then another reason why I felt so comfortable, like just doing my own thing, is because I've already developed Shop by Mello. I've already developed. I'm a photographer and I'm a videographer. I already have the clientele. I already have that clientele, the foundation. So I could pretty much kind of predict how much I was gonna get month to month. It wasn't anything set in stone, but I could say, okay, I can have enough to pay bills pretty much.
Okay. Hey, that's good. That's good, Cole. Anything that you would like to add to that? What would be, because you step out on your dreams now too. Like
What you mean, my boy?
the book, podcast. You're putting yourself right there. There it is, right there. Yes, like you've stepped out on your dreams and made things that you've always wanted to do. You start to put them into a process and get them going.
Yeah.
What made you do that, and what would be your advice to others that are thinking about doing the same?
What made me do that? I'm an Armstrong, man. I got the entrepreneurship in my blood, man. I think it's a lot. I think it's a lot what Mello said too. Is just, man, it's about saving the turtles. You know, so it's really about one of my biggest goals in life is to help and inspire and to motivate people, right, and provide that hope. So one way I did that is, I had to ask myself, how can I do that, right? And one way that I can do that is by pay attention, by the book. Couldn't read in middle school, couldn't read in high school, but guess what? I'm a published author, and like I tell everybody, I'm talking from experience. I've been through it, still go through it, and that's what I love to do. I love to provide that hope and motivate somebody, man, because it's really just all about seeing everybody succeed, and so that was my, that's my biggest goal in life, and so it was that, and then just life is about taking risks, man. If you ain't taking risks, then you ain't doing nothing. I feel like, and
that part,
and we all can sit here and say we want to be successful, we want to be millionaire, but you like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. Words can only go so far, but you got to put action into it. And so, like me taking everything, I think everything now in my life, I figured out the balance of prioritizing everything, right? Like people be like, "Oh, you busy." I'm like, nah, I'm really not. But it's just like, get off of work, boom, take a nap, boom, work out at 1 o'clock, boom. When I get back, and I'm working from podcast to podcast. I'm working on podcast stuff. Me and Hunter me and Mello. We'll be trying to figure out what's the next this, what are we doing, what we need, equipment, like it's treating like my dad say, you gotta treat everything like your baby, right? Even if it's a business or it's a piece of fruit, everything in life you gotta treat like a baby, right? Because what? You gotta nurture it, you gotta grow it. And so when you do that stuff that you wanna do, and I'm very passionate about it. I love sitting up here having these moments, talking about laughing and enjoying myself. But this podcast is what it's what it's these conversations that we need to have, right? People need to hear Mello's story. You know what I'm saying? People need to hear if one kid can just watch this and be like, you know what? I'm about to do that. I want to go be this. I want to do this. I want to do that. And now Mello is giving them the tools, or anybody who's sitting in the seat is giving them like that confidence, that motivation. It's like, look, you know what? If I can do it, you can do it too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always got something to say. But guess what? I want you or whoever's watching it, whoever's reading my book, you got something to say. So you can, and change, say the turtles.
And what does Save the Turtles mean for the people that may not know what it means?
What does Save the Turtles mean?
Save the Turtles is like my motto, right? It's I have real bad anxiety. So like before the games, right? I got real bad. Like I pray before when I'm playing overseas and stuff like that. I always pray, but I just I knock myself like through like Save the Turtles. And so what it means for me is like save the people, right? So turtles are my favorite animal, right? Turtles and iguanas, right? And so I feel like everybody has a spirit animal. Everybody has a spirit animal. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter, right? So you can be like, save the dragons, or save the chameleons, or save the fishes, or whatever you want to call. But for me, it's like, you ever see a turtle crossing the road, right? What people do, right? Stop. You got to get out and guide the turtle. You got to pick it up. You got to get it to where you go. And sometimes people in life need that motivation and need that uplifting and need that extra little push to get them to where they got to go. And need that guidance, and then some of them need a second chance, And so I'm a person that I'm very pure-hearted, and I want to see everybody succeed, right? And so I just really firmly believe that sometimes people go through stuff, bro. Mm-hmm. People they get knocked down, and sometimes they don't have the confidence, they don't have the support system, they don't have the inner strength to get back up. Yeah. And so that's what it comes from. Is like saving the turtles. Is like sometimes when we see that, we gotta. Boom, y'all. We gotta give them extra push. What can I do to help you get to that other side of the road?
I like that.
So that's really what Save the Turtles mean. Everybody was looking at me crazy and stuff like that. I'm like, trust me, bro. It's just my motto, but that's the motto that I live by. And I mean, but to answer your question, man, just taking risks and not being just having faith in yourself. You gotta have confidence in yourself. You gotta believe in yourself. I ain't never think I'd be an author, published author.
Oh yeah.
Like, bro, you know me. You know me in high school, right? Then got on probation, bro.
Don't call him the popcorn read.
Hey, first of all, I'm gonna stutter too. Hey, I'm gonna stutter off top, but it's beauty in every struggle. That's why I say it. In every, you just gotta say like Mello just said, you just gotta focus on yourself. You gotta focus on yourself and where you want to go. Mm-hmm. And it's all about what you want. You gotta do things in life that makes you happy. This podcast it really makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? I bet you ask Mello, photography makes him happy. Not sitting in traffic all day, but when he get there and do his thing, it really makes him happy. When he get back to his crib and he doing the edits and doing stuff, that makes him happy. Like, I just gotta find stuff that genuinely makes you happy, right? And then with that, that's how you can that's how you nurturing your own self and feeding yourself and, you know, feeding your mind, body, and spirit to uplift you and get you to where you want to grow. Because at the end of the day, how you look at it, we all just really walk each other home.
And you had a good point when you said save the turtles, and when you were describing it, and you were talking about how someone has to get out the car and guide the turtle to get across the road. Mm-hmm. So my next question for Mello, like, if there has been somebody in your life who's really guided you, who has it been?
Boy, time out. I love how you put that 1 and 2 together, though. Boy, I gotta give me some on that one. Boy, I like that one. Hey, I like that one.
So, first couple years of photography, it's really been YouTube University. Like, there's been just certain people I subscribe to and watch every single day. Like, I took the time that I used to take playing 2K. I switched it. Instead of playing 2K, I'll just watch YouTube and I'll learn like every single day. So I'll get on YouTube and I'll have homework assignments I'll give myself. So I pretty much just treat YouTube like a college class. So one day I'll go on YouTube and just learn lighting. So I'll just take the whole day, just learn on YouTube how to do lighting. And then the next time I do my photo shoot, I'll use that as my test. Parents, for sure. My mom, especially my mom, just helped me keep my professionalism and just give me advice on what step I should do to make sure my business is good, LLC, taxes, all that. And then recently, I just met a mentor. He goes by the name of Dragon. He's put me on game of helping me put my production company together. So it hasn't just been one person. It's been a lot of people. It's been the internet. It's been Google. It's been YouTube. People in Dallas, just all come together to help me out.
Time out, bro.
What's up?
This podcast is produced by what?
Shot by Mello.
No.
What?
Elite Media Group, baby. Elite Media Group.
That's right. Let's talk about it. Yeah. My bad, I didn't pay attention. My bad.
I was like, wait a minute.
Code, you as a friend, y'all have been best friends for a long time. Like, you touched on it a little bit earlier, but seeing him continue to elevate, like, that pushes you, motivates you. But what is it looking like from a friend's perspective of like, man, my dude really out here doing his thing?
So I'm looking at it as a friend perspective?
Yeah.
Proud, bro. I think, bro, I tell Mello all the time, bro. And I'll be like, bro, I'm just so proud. I'll be so happy for him, bro. I literally be so happy for him, man. Cause, hey, bro, like, it's like, that's my dude, man. That's my guy, bro. I be so happy for him, like a kid in the candy store, bro.
You too, like, and stuff you doing, like, vice versa. Same.
And so I think that's the thing between me and Mello is like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, like I mentioned before, bro, he pushed me from an entrepreneurship, a business standpoint, you know what I'm saying? It's a pet podcast, but we do use our phones. You know what I'm saying?
Look what I just posted on my story. Like, no cap.
So,
yeah.
So
I would love to see my friends do well.
Yeah.
Yes, bro. Yes.
But a lot of people don't talk about how important that is. Like, the people around you, your friends, are really important. Yeah, show them that. Show
that.
It's not focusing, but I'm going to read it. So it says...
It's not focusing. Talk to him.
Seeing your friends do well is a top tier feeling, I swear.
Yes.
So if all my friends are doing good, like that just fills my heart.
It's just genuine support, man. You like you know when somebody genuinely rock with you, bro. Like it just feels good. Like, bro, me and Mello, when we collaborated, I was just like, bro, I want you to take the reins of this podcast. You know what I'm saying? And Mello laid me and Mello went back and forth for like a week straight, bro. Like, I'm at work, like 12, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, we still texting this and that. I mean, you know, I'm still, and it's just, he's like, he's pretty much, you know, give me that visual and like how to better your podcast, right? And everything like that. But it's just that genuine, like, you want to see, he want my podcast to be better than 85 South Show. You know what I'm saying? That's the genuine thing about it, man. And like for me to him, it's just like I want him, like, he's the best photographer in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Everybody at FedEx, bro, be like, I'm like, bro, I got somebody for you. Just tell him, look at this. I told him, I said, hey, just go, just email him, contact him, just to tell him, pay attention. You might get like 10% off.
So yeah, man, like the genuine support and love like I feel like is really important, and it doesn't get talked about enough. Like the people that are around you, I really feel like can make or break somebody. Because if you have that strong support system around you that push you every single day to be the best you that you can be,
push you and get on your tail, boy.
What? That's like some of the best things that someone can really do for you. Because and it's showing you that wow, they genuinely are looking out for me and my best interest. Because even if nobody else is going to correct me, because they may not have the same relationship or the ability to really say something to me. If my people in my circle say something to me, it's like, wow, like I really do need to open my eyes to this, because it could actually be something that needs to be fixed, or I could do better, things like that. So when it comes to y'all support system, like how do y'all really show y'all support system that y'all are really there for them? Like what does real support look like in y'all lives?
We just talked about this on last episode.
I don't mind. I'll talk about it. So, before I start, I'd like to say that you could take support from other people, but you have to know who you are to allow what you feed in to yourself. Because somebody can give you advice, but it may not be for you. It may not match up with your vision. So I feel like it's important to lay out who you are as a person, what your purpose is, what your vision is. And then with what you have, the feedback and support, you know exactly what you need to take in. So my dad, for example, great guy, all love, right? All love. But when I first quit my job and left my position, I told him, I was like, hey.
Boy, he was like, what?
That's what I'm going to do.
Boy? He was like, what you doing?
Right. Was not having it at all. So he talked about like job security, insurance, 401k. I'm like, yes, I know all that is important, but
I just learned what 401k is. Side note, I just learned what 401k is like a week ago, bro.
So, yeah. I mean, like his support was in his best interest, and he was looking out for me from where he was in life, because he's never had his own business. He's never been an entrepreneur. But my mom, on the other hand, she has her own business. So when I talked to my mom, she was like, you got it. That's what you need to do, and this how you can be successful. So
and that happens a lot, like to a lot of people, and a lot of people end up going for it because most of the time it's people that you love that their intentions could be very pure.
Absolutely.
Because they're trying to look out for you and they just want the best for you. And sometimes they don't understand that. Like when you're telling somebody that, like, oh no, you need to worry about the job security. Because I've had people in my family that have said the same thing or things like that.
What did they say, honey?
This ain't even about me.
No. I'm saying,
Just like
what they say?
I've had family like
Curious.
I've talked about me wanting to just venture off, like do things in the business world and things like that. And I've had family just be like, yeah, that sounds good, but like, why don't you just want to become like a teacher? Why don't you want to get
and then what's your
one
answer?
of these normal
so
jobs?
What's your response?
That's just not, it's not for me. Like I love the people that do that and they go do that. I'm happy for you, but that's just not what I want.
So how you know what's for you though? You know, because you're younger than us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, me and Mello. You know, we 27. You know, we old. We getting gray hair. but you in your prime, baby. You in your prime now.
Yeah.
So you've been asking all these questions, but guess what, baby? Time to flip it back on you now.
Okay.
So you know, how I look for you support. You know,
man.
And how and do you think that you feeling supported right now in what you're doing in life?
Okay, so I'm going to answer the question first. Do I feel supported? Yes, I do. But also, like, if I'm not feeling supported, sometimes I'll take the blame for it because I'm not real open with what I got going on with a lot of people. So, like, whenever I'm doing something or thinking about doing something, I don't really let a lot of people know. And a lot of that is due to the point of, like, I've done that in the past and let people know. And it's hurt me because I let their words influence what I do. So I would maybe tell some people like, yeah, this is what I'm really thinking about doing. Like, I really want to do this. And then I've had people be like, oh, you can't do that. Like, you can't do it. That's not for you. So then, and I was so much younger because I'm 20 right now. So I'm like 17, 16, maybe 18. Like, so when they were saying that, I actually believed them because these are people that I done looked up to like my whole life. Like, we're close. Everything that they've always said, I've always took in and been like, oh, okay, like they're right. So I had to take a step back and realize like who I feed my visions to has to be selective, because I know that I'm still not at the point to where somebody could say something to me and I just completely black it out and ignore it. Like, I'm not there yet, and I'm trying to get there so I can just be more open with everybody around me and stuff like that. But until I get there, like, I know that I got to stay focused and tunnel vision and make sure that I am securing what I'm doing before I just let it be known.
That's real.
Yeah. And
yeah, definitely got to.
It's a bar.
Definitely got to be careful who you feed your vision to.
Yeah.
Definitely got to be careful with that.
And that's something that a lot of people need to do more.
See, I only tell you vision to your turtles. I tell vision to my turtles. Because you know what? The turtles, we identify with each other. Whatever y'all identify with, they will understand. Everybody else won't.
That's the biggest thing. Keep like, that's something that's hard to do. Like, really.
Okay.
Like, that's something that's.
You got your turtles here?
Man, who are these turtles, bro?
I got to see something now.
But nah, for real, serious though. It's just, man. You you just gotta know what you want. You gotta know what you want, where you going, right? And so I think both of y'all said it. It's just, you know, you got 100 people in the room. You can tell your vision to all 100. Some gonna hate you. Some gonna do this. Some gonna do that. But you might get that 5 people that's gonna ride or die and be like, boo. That's it. But you gotta know what's for you. You can't. It's just background noise and just make sure that you know what you gotta trust the process and what your road on.
So how did you block out the outside noise? Like, if anybody was trying to tell you that, or when people were saying this may not be for you, or oh, you know how hard, because that's everybody's favorite thing is like, oh, you know it's gonna be hard, right? Like, a lot of businesses don't succeed,
Right.
So like, how did you block all that out and just stay tunnel vision on what you had to do?
I don't really pay attention to, like I said, when I say I stay in my own lane, I'm only looking forward. So if anybody says something to my left ear, my right ear, that's
say that again real quick. Say it again.
I'm literally looking forward and I see my end goal. So I'm doing whatever I can and whatever it takes to reach that goal. So I really don't pay attention to background noise, to speed bumps, to like obstacles that's left or right, if it doesn't align with my goal.
So you're real good at just staying focused. And are you very goal driven? Like,
most definitely.
So you're someone that writes down your goals and now you're trying to achieve those goals.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'm the same way. Kobe, is that how you are? Are you goal driven, or are you just, because a lot of people are driven off of just their feeling. So they're not really looking for a goal. They just want to be happy, or they're looking for a certain feeling. And once they achieve the feeling, it's like, it's all good.
Very versatile, man. I'm goal driven, but I think it's inner too. A lot of, I put a lot of pressure on myself. It just come from a lot of stuff really come from the inside, bro. I think it just comes from within. I don't want to be a failure. That's a lot of it. Like, I think me and my dad had this conversation, and I was just like, and you know, he praising me and said, you know, you done this, because I got farther here, but. In my own little world, you know, I still think I'm a failure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's like the chip I have on my shoulder, and I use it more for motivation. It's like I'm not just downing myself, but I think a lot of stuff. Personally, for me, I use a lot of stuff for motivation. And I'm the biggest. I believe in myself. That day I die, and I got confidence in myself because pay attention. I always got something to say, but at the end of the day, in the middle of the day, and at the beginning of the day. It's just like, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And for me, it's just, it just come more, I have my goals, but that motivation, that drive, that passion comes from inner me, you know what I'm saying? Especially with everything I've been through and stuff like that.
Okay.
But
so for both of y'all, this is one of my last questions, but like, are y'all driven?
And that boy start hosting for real.
No, my question though is, are y'all more driven internally, or do external things motivate you more?
Both. I say it's a balance. And I go wrong, uncut right now. The X factor is like parents, right? You want to see them to where, I want them to wake up and they can travel for like 3 months straight. No, like 3 months straight, come back. they got 4 cars, they don't got nothing for the rest of life. That's where I want my parents to be, right? Then the inner self is like myself, you know what I'm saying? Like I know what I want, and it's just that keeping the drive. For me, I use like a lot of stuff as motivation, and that's like fuel, right? I'm still humble, gonna still believe, gonna still have confidence, but I just use a lot of stuff. I think you have to have that exit and internal factors, bro. I honestly believe that. But yeah, Mello can chime in on that one.
Yeah. So what about you? Said both as well. So is it leaning one way to more internal or external, or is it literally like 50-50?
I'll say it's 50-50. Like internal, like I say, I am goal driven, so I do write down my goals. So that's my internal side. I know what I need to do in order to reach those goals. I know what equipment I need to get. I know how much time I need to spend on different things to reach those goals. But external as well is either seeing somebody in a better position that you are, but you know you can get there because at the end of the day, y'all are both human. Mm-hmm. Y'all both have 24 hours a day. Y'all both have a mind and a brain. If somebody could do great things, you know, I could do great things, and vice versa. I know people are looking at me, and I'm letting y'all know that y'all can do the same thing that I'm doing. It's nothing to it. We all have 24 hours in a day. You just gotta.
What you make of it, my boy? What you make of it, boy?
What you make of it?
Trust me, I get that a lot. Like, bro, what you be doing? You be tired, you busy. I be like, nah. I know how to prioritize. Like, I know my schedule, and I kind of keep that discipline in myself. Like, I know when I can sleep, when this and this, and it's like preparation, man. It's kind of, but for what you gotta, for where you want to go, you gotta make some type of sacrifice.
Yeah, most definitely. And the last thing I'll say internally is my mom told me this like last year, actually. Like she literally just told me this. But I'm a miracle child, and basically
that's why we born.
She told me like months before I was delivered, like the doctors declared me dead, and I'm not supposed to be here. So God, like she prayed for those couple months, and I'm here now. So God gave me a chance. God gave a chance on me. I'm gonna make the best out of it, like by any means necessary. I'll make the best of it.
My man Mello. That's why we in sync, cause bro, we both down with it, baby. We both ain't supposed to be here, boy.
Not supposed to be here at all.
Supposed to be here at all.
Might as well just go forth. We only live this life once.
Yes.
We only live this life once.
Spoken.
All your dreams, like for everybody, like if you got dreams, just chase your dreams. And I don't know who said this, but like this is what I live by. Is like nothing is impossible. Sometimes it just may have not have been done yet. Right. So like that's why just to keep myself knowing that I can achieve anything that I put my mind to.
Right.
No matter if 1 million people have done it before, or if one person, or if nobody has done it. Right. Like I just always know that, hey, if you are disciplined and you do what you need to do to get it done, then you can make it happen. But to wrap it up, where can everybody find you at?
Right. So you can find my personal page at Instagram and YouTube, Shop by Mello, and then my production company, Elite Media Crew. We're gonna be on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Elite Media Crew.
Man, if you're in Dallas, man, go ahead and book with Mello, man. Just email him, shoot him a text, mention pay attention, might get 5%, 10% off, something like that, man. Might work a little deal with you, man.
We'll talk
but
about
this is the Pay Attention podcast, man, and very grateful my best friend to stop by, having this Pay Attention moment with us.
Definitely.
And really congratulations, Hunter. Hunter doing a great job, man. It's the first, I kind of giving him the reins of hosting, so man, I appreciate you, Hunter.
Yes,
I'm welcome to the Pay Attention team. You're not behind the scenes. You're in front of the scenes now. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you, man.
But this is the Pay Attention podcast, man. Y'all got anything you want to say? Anything in the name? Produced by who?
Elite Media Crew. Last thing I'll say is just
love to see, love to hear. Boy.
Last thing I'll say is pay attention first and foremost, and then follow your dreams, because we only get one shot at this life, and you just gotta follow your dreams.
Most definitely.
And this is the pet, and I'm your host. We got Mello, we got Hunter, we got Mello, we got me, Jacoby Armstrong. This is Pay Attention podcast. Say the turtle.